Hello, everybody. We're going to talk about when a country has too many children. The aim of this lesson is to be able to give some benefits and problems of populations that have too many children. In other words, countries that have young populations. So, let's start. First benefit of having a young population is that all the young children eventually grow up. This means that in the future, this country will have a large workforce and can employ many different people. Let's take a look at India. If you had to line up all the people in India by age, from the youngest to the oldest person in India, and you look at the middle person, that middle person would be 28 years old. That means that a large part of the population is still very young. Having a young population is also beneficial because it provides a growing market for manufactured products. Companies can sell their product and they can also find workers. Any company that is planning to start a business in India will definitely have more advantages over other countries because in the next few years there are going to be more and more people. You have a young population. It also means that these young people soon reach the age when they can work. Once they can work, they can pay taxes. Taxes can be used by governments to improve education, healthcare, pensions, and even take care of the environment. When a country has a very young population, it brings many benefits. However, it also brings quite a few problems. The first problem is that if we have a young population, healthcare is very expensive. Children need to be given injections, taken care of frequently when they're young. Children also need to be taken to clinics, doctors, or hospitals to be checked to make sure that they're growing up healthy. These expenses are quite a large burden on a government that might need to pay to help subsidize vaccinations. When there's a country with a young population, many resources are also needed for education. Providing schools, teachers, books, and classrooms are expensive. You also need a lot of resources. Some of these resources might be difficult to access, very, very expensive. This classroom shown here is in Nigeria. Nigeria has a very young population, and one of the largest problems it faces is education. In Nigeria, the education sector was only given 7% of the whole country's budget. The United Nations says that at least the budget should be 26%. A number of people in Nigeria also have a negative attitude towards education. Parents might not see it as important. Policies and syllabi keep changing in Nigeria, so it's very hard for teachers to keep up. Teachers are poorly paid and they are not paid on time, sometimes even months later. This is why there are many strikes in the country. When the teachers go on strike, the students go home. This means that instead of a course taking 4 years for a student, it might even take around 6 years because of all the stopping due to a lack of teachers. Healthcare and education is very, very expensive. Poorer countries do not have enough money to pay for healthcare and education. When a country has a young population, that means that in the future, these young children are going to grow up. Once the children grow into adults, there might be so many people, no one can find a job. Look at the population numbers in Senegal. There's quite a large part of the population who is 0 to 14 years old. Almost 1/3 of the population is under the age of 15. And if you look at the total, there's 2/3 of the population which is under the age of 24. That means that the population is very, very young. Around 64% of the total population is under the age of 24. That means that there are many, many young children. 1/3 of the population is under the age of 14. In 10 years' time, all these 14-year-olds will turn 24. That means they will be looking for jobs. 1/3 of the country will be looking for jobs. It is said that in Senegal, there are almost 300,000 workers entering the labor market every year. 300,000 people are starting to look for jobs every single year. But do you know how many jobs there are every single year? Only 30,000. 300,000 looking for jobs. there are only 30,000 jobs available. This means that a large number of people are not going to find a job. It is important for a country like this to focus on creating more job opportunities for these young children that are growing up. If young adults can't find a job, they might end up in poverty. This may lead to young people committing crime. A large number of unemployed young people also lead to instability in the country. Final check. Pause the video and allow yourself 2 minutes to work them out. When you're done, press play and check the answers. Okay, so first statement, many children means that there will be not enough people to work in the future. This is an incorrect statement. Many children means that there will be many people to work in the future. People might find it hard to find a job and unemployment will increase. That is correct. Health and education services will be strained and overloaded. This is also correct. Crime decreases as most people will be unemployed. This is incorrect. Crime might increase because most people will be unemployed. Okay, remember, geography is everywhere.